final boss, the big baddie, the head honcho, the last guy in the last room with the last battle right before the credits, usually has one of the best and most awesome battles in their games, and are usually accompanied by some equally, if not greater music. And when those two collide, they make some of the most memorable boss battles. And that's what I want to share with you guys today, my top 10 final bosses in video games. Now, this video was split into a two-parter because it was pretty long, and of course, ain't nobody trying to watch a movie right now. So, if you'd like, I'll leave an annotation and you can watch the last part and catch up. Or not, because, you know, I'm not your mother. Now, like most top 10s out there, here are some basic rules. Only one per series, and there's gonna be some spoilers. Alright, let's start. It's a beautiful day outside. The birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like this, kids like you should be getting dunked on! Honestly, who hasn't heard or seen of Undertale? Like, literally, it's been fucking everywhere. This game is and has become one of the comfiest games I've ever played in a long time. The atmosphere, the characters, the music, everything. It just clicked with me. What I really like about this game is the multiple endings / routes, like I stated above, and my favorite route is the true pacifist, mostly because of the perfectly happy ending. But then there's the genocide route, in which you become literally Satan, and ruin everyone's days. But at the end of your dust-filled, bloody road awaits you Sans, someone who once was a good friend of yours in Pacifist, and is now someone who stands in your way and will quite literally break your spirit so many times. I love Sans' fight over the others because he's the most difficult and the most fun. As some call me Johnny would put it, Genocide Run was an easy, blood-filled, cheerful stroll, when all of a sudden a giant mountain called Sans appears, and behind that is the end. Except the mountain is constantly raining meteors at you, and the mountain can also sprout hands and beat the shit out of you. And can also fuck with the laws of reality. I know, right? Really, I love the Sans fight because it really pushes my reflexes, my timing, everything. He also breaks a certain rule of the game. Well, several. For starters, no invincibility frames. I know, right? If you get hit, you're gonna get hit multiple times. And even then, it gives you a small little poison bar, which in reality is all the health you have lost and are going to lose over time. So if you stand in one of his attacks for about a second, say goodbye to like 40% of your health. Plus, later on in the fight, he starts attacking you during your turn. And on top of all of this, his theme Megalovania really hypes up the match. But if you stay determined and keep attacking Sans, eventually you will catch him and you'll get your sweet, sweet, sweet ending, you monster. Pokemon Gold and Silver was the first ever Pokemon game I ever got as a kid. It was one of my favorites at the time, and as a matter of fact, it's still one of my favorites. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are one of my favorite remakes. My journey through Johto was freaking amazing. Exploring towns, earning gym badges, and beating 10-year-old kids was absolutely the best. And at the end of the road of every Pokemon journey lies the Pokemon League, or as they're better known, the Elite Four. The best and the most powerful trainers in the entire region, and after taking them all on and beating them, we face the champion of the Elite Four, Lance, and we smoke him. But what I really want to talk about is Red, the best trainer in all the Pokemon games. You know what? To be honest, when I really think about it, Red is the final boss of the game, not Lance. But let's not get sidetracked. Red is you from the past game, jacked up on steroids and sporting one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game. What I really love about this battle in particular is the fact that Red is so powerful. And when I ran to him the first time around, it was completely by accident, and I was so underleveled that I got bodied so badly. But through the power of determination, I trained my hardest and got my Pokemon on the same level as Red's. Now, let's just say when I beat Red, I was more proud of that than any other accomplishments of my life. Graduate high school? Nah. Perfect score on my final? Not even. Top 16 in a Smash tournament? Baby's work. But this was one of my proudest moments. What I really love about this boss battle is that Red is the strongest trainer in the game, and beating him really gives you a sense of accomplishment, because the fact that you, the player, beat the greatest trainer in the world, and now you've taken that title for your own, it's the best feeling in the world, honestly. Taking down whoever's number one is the best. And also, the battle theme, it makes you feel like you are fighting the Pokemon Master, and you know what? You're gonna take him down. The GBA, the handheld that took over most of my childhood years, and the game console that gave me some of my favorite games. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, Mega Man Battle Network, Sonic Advance, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, and my favorite, Mega Man Zero. I love the Mega Man Zero series, and it is my favorite in the Mega Man series, second only to Mega Man Battle Network, with my favorite being Mega Man 03. Now, we won't be talking about Mega Man 03 though. We'll be talking about Mega Man 04, mostly because the fact that the boss battle really wraps up the Zero series perfectly. And the boss I'm talking about, of course, is Dr. Wile, or Wheel, or Wily? I don't know. The man who's been giving you so much shit in Mega Man 03 and 4, and also the man who started the L4, and causing the Reploids to attack any humans in Neo Arcadia as punishment for banishing him. He's kind of a huge dick. Anyway, during the events of Mega Man 04, Dr. Wile, fuck it, devises a plan called Operation Ragnarok. A plan to destroy Area Zero and force anyone who's left Neo Arcadia to return. Luckily for humanity, Zero and the Resistance ain't having that shit. After beating the standard 8 bosses, Zero faces Wheel on the top of Ragnarok. What I love about this boss battle is that it's not that difficult or its gameplay, but more of like what it symbolizes. This is Zero's final moment. This boss battle is Zero's defining moment, and we are here along for the ride. If you've played Mega Man 1 through 4, you kinda grow attached to Zero, and you know, saying farewell to him in this moment kinda hits you in the gut a little bit. For me, I'm proud of Zero. The entire final segment of the game is an emotional ride. Zero knows that this is his final mission, and Seal, his friend, possibly his only friend, knows that too, but she clings on to the hope that Zero will come back home and safe and sound. Also, what I love about this boss battle is the dialogue before the battle, in which Zero shows to us that he truly is a hero who only fights for the ones that he loves. He doesn't care about justice or being called a hero or praise or anything. He just fights for the ones that he loves. This battle is the perfect example of good versus evil. The moment man devoured the fruit of knowledge, he sealed his fate. Entrusting his fate to the cards, man clings to a dim hope. Yes, the Arcana is the means in which all is revealed. Oh, Persona. The RPG I didn't think I would love. With the hype of Persona 5, I felt like it was necessary to jump into the Persona series to see what I was gonna get into, because I was super hype about Persona 5. So, I decided on Persona 3. Why, you might ask? It was on sale and Persona 4 wasn't. Anyway, I fell in love with the series. The gameplay, the characters, the music, everything. The game just made me feel so cozy and really sucked me into the story. I honestly cared for everyone in the world. I cared for the world. And when I faced the final boss, Nyx, my jaw dropped. And for two reasons. One, look at this shit! It could give a fucking baby nightmares! And two, the theme playing in the background. The battle for everyone's souls. It's honestly one of my top 10 video game soundtracks. But let's get back to the boss battle and not the music. This boss battle ranks at number 2 because 1, the song, and 2, what the battle symbolizes. This is humanity's last stand against Nick, the goddess of death. During the battle, Nyx has 14 different forms you must chop away at. But the first 13 are very easy, with massive air quotes around them, with each form having the same amount of health but with different strengths and weaknesses and attacks that might body you. But after you beat all 13 forms, then you fight Nyx's true form, her 14th form. Then, when you reach the 14th form, the real final battle begins. This is Nyx's true form. This battle is such a goddamn gauntlet that if you lose on the 14th form, or any form as a matter of fact, it feels like a flick in the goddamn testicles, because you gotta run that gauntlet all over again. And, you know, if it weren't for the fact that the song is so goddamn amazing, I would've thrown this game away a long time ago. well, I can't throw away a digital downloaded game. But once you beat Nyx, you're filled with so much satisfaction because you finally beat the gauntlet. Like, you overcame this massive challenge. And the ending that you get, though sad, is pretty satisfactory and really helps seal the deal. Finally, number 1. I just want to say thanks for watching this video up to this point. I greatly appreciate it. And 2, number 1 is Cave Story's final boss. This game is my favorite indie game of all time. You know what? I might even say it's my favorite game of all time, or one of my favorites. I fucking love this game. But before I go on a rant on how much I love Cave Story, let's talk about the final boss. No, not the doctor. The true final boss. Ballos. First, let's talk about getting to this boss. Number 1, you have to fight the normal boss, which in itself is like 4 bosses. Number 2, you have to go through literal hell. And number 3, you have to fight a giant cinder block, and then you get to face Ballos, who I might add has 4 forms. Holy fucking shit, this gauntlet is so annoying. I think it's worse than Nyx and Sans and any other gauntlet ever made. Mostly because Cave Story's controls are so goddamn tight that when you die, it's your fault, not the game's. When also, because of the tight controls, you feel like you could do this. Every death you feel like you could get closer, and every death you do get a little bit closer than your previous death. This boss battle tests your patience. This boss battle tests your reaction. This boss battle tests your stamina as a gamer. When I first got to Ballos, I was just excited to be there, and you know what? I died immediately. But like I said before, with each passing death, I got closer and closer. His health dropped more and more, and I got more and more determined to beat him. And soon enough, I did it. Luckily, I had it streamed and had a celebration with friends and fans alike. You know, just thinking about overcoming Ballos and the overjoyment that I got, I want to do it. I'm gonna do it again. You know what? I'll do that. Bye, guys. Thank you once again for watching this Top 10 Part 2. I really appreciate it, and I'd love to hear what you guys' top 10 final bosses are. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and share it with anyone that you think might also enjoy this video. And if you want to support me, subscribe. Why not? I'm not the boss of you. But thank you for watching this video, and be sure to enjoy the rest of your time on the internet. Bye.